Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Link to the Past Rando Challenge Cup tournament game. Today we have FajitaKnight versus Xirtanul. My name is Walter the Fourth, and with me today is Ravis. How are you doing today?
I'm totally good. Another rando action, which is pretty cool, and it's nice to commentate.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what we have going on here today. That's an interesting thing with both this tournament and then the SP gaming tournaments as well, that you get to see a lot of different modes being played. A lot of modes you might not see too much being highlighted otherwise.
Also, shoutouts to all the cool sprites we're gonna see this tournament.
Yeah, I'm not sure what either of these sprites are. I know Xirtanul usually uses this sprite, but I'm not sure what sprite it is.
So I think FajitaKnight has the link from 4 stars.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one, I forgot. I know what it is, but it will come back. So Walter, those guys are in your group. So how are you feeling about that? Are you excited?
Yeah, this is a good way to scope up the competition, I guess. No, it's been fun, the tournament so far. I think we ended in a pretty fun group, and looking forward to play more of it.
Sounds good. So what's up, chat? How are you guys? Are you ready for some random?
So you can see the menu title here is a little bit different. In the bottom it says EN6 and then a couple of other numbers as well. Kind of indicates this is a entrance, or not an entrance, an Enemizer seed, which we would probably get confirmed very soon. Enemizer is definitely interesting. It feels like it's so different every single time we play it, because there's so much variation that can happen.
Well, think about it. Everybody knows the rooms and stuff and the enemies there, and you normally have only the items randomized, and now you have additionally enemies and all the good things randomized. So this is a whole new experience, and it's completely different from regular.
Yeah, for sure. Especially like you mentioned, you're kind of trained yourself in doing each room in a certain way, but Enemizer almost makes it kind of like a puzzle, especially the more jam-packed rooms with a lot of enemies. You kind of have to just take a moment and think about, okay, what's the best strategy I can use here with the items I have right now.
Yeah, and usually when you have to defeat Ganon, you never know if you're in go mode until you have everything you need. Or could need, even if the ice rod is needed just for Trinex and Moldon 2. Imagine that.
Yeah, that would be rough. Going all the way up there just to go back down again. So I think we're about to start very shortly. Yeah, there we go. Xirtanul starting in Link's house. We do have definitely an Enemizer because we can see the palette swap here.
Alright. Both starting in Link's house.
and they're synced up as well. So there's something a little bit different above the hearts of both our runners here. There's something looking like a Dorito almost, but I think it's supposed to be a Triforce, indicating we're gonna have to find Triforce pieces in this game.
Interesting. So we might not see any bosses. Ooh. A little sword from Uncle.
That's a nice starting weapon. And here we have the, I'm not sure what they're called, like the shadow monsters from Ice Palace. It's a pretty rough enemy to bump into when you only have 3 or 4 hearts.
Yeah, well, that's Animizer, right?
Yeah. At least it was something they could kill or get past. Could have been just like a couple of rollers or chain trumps hanging out there.
And FajitaKnight showing us the tier 1 triple, I think, with the blue rupees in this. Oh wow.
Yeah. That's nice. Getting a full.
Alright, we got a Pengator in here.
And there's our vanilla, small key, no text box, so it's definitely not key sanity.
Good point.
It's a nice thing that when they adapted Animizer to the website, that they made sure the thieves are always killable, because that could be a pain.
Oh yeah, those thieves. Oh, and we got a bottle. So already it was, I guess, worth going in here, since Kakariko's almost full.
Yeah, nice to have before you enter Kakariko. And when you get like a sword from Uncle, which I do believe if this is Uncle Ashort, makes sense to just head down to escape straight away. We're probably not going to see them go, to the Dark Seer's chest, because they don't have the lamp, and Dark Rooms with Animizer is pretty rough.
Yeah, that's what I actually think is really exciting about Animizer, since the lamp is likely to be skipped in all of the modes, if it's the case. In Animizer, I think the lamp has so much value, staying in the lodge is almost usual.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, think about Agate Tower, right?
Yeah, it's almost impossible to predict the Dark Rooms when you don't know what enemies you have inside it. So we don't have any Triforce pieces yet. Both Xirtanul and FajitaKnight did pick up 3 bombs though from the Sanctuary chest, so that's gonna be nice to have going into Kakariko.
I think this was the tier 3 pull, since he didn't get damage. Oh, he did. It was, which were 5 arrows.
Hey, there's some nice rupees pick up. Definitely gonna have enough for bottle vendor, so that's good. So if you've never seen a Triforce hunt before, it says 0 out of 20 right now. That does not mean there's only 20 Triforce pieces. There's actually 30 of them, but the runners only need to get 20 of them before completing their goal. So we need to find 2/3 out of all of the Triforce pieces scattered across Hyrule.
The part everybody loves, just getting items, and there's a cane. Wow. Alright.
That's some good starting weapons there for sure.
So I'm a little excited for the chicken hut, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that's one of the well, it's a lot harder than it is in a normal mode, that's for sure.
It could be it. I mean, yeah, technically it can't be hard. Oh my god. See, this is so obvious. You're playing Triforce Hunt, and now you're getting all the items and the first Triforce.
Yeah, right. I think at this point you're probably wishing this was not a Triforce Hunt. You're getting so much good value early on.
Oh wow, this seed keeps on giving.
Yeah, Kakariko is loaded right now. And hey, we have two chickens in here at least. Could have actually done the chicken clip.
I think the chickens are the real enemies in here, let's be honest.
Yeah, if you hit them enough, that's for sure.
I think everybody who tried the chicken clip and failed knows what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I've been there. I actually tried freezing one of the guards in that room before and tried to do like a chicken clip with a frozen guard. Sadly, it does not work.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So yeah, we got a lot of access actually. We can go into desert, we can go into eastern, we can go the south shore. We can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we have access to a lot. Was that a shovel on library?
I think so, but we're gonna get confirmation from Fajita. Meanwhile, Xirtanul is not checking the race games, directly going to go. Yes, and it was.
Yeah, and this can be a little bit like dangerous sometimes. There was just a fish in the bushes here this time, so that was a bit lucky.
Ooh, another one.
Yeah.
Wow, and it pays off.
Yeah, sometimes you can get like red guards or something in those bushes instead, and they hurt a lot when you don't have
I think the fishes can sometimes damage you as well.
Oh, can they?
I think I died in my first Triforce Hunt. Because there was no other enemy than the fish, and it hit me for 3 hearts. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, that might have been with damage shuffled. I believe this is just normal damage and normal health on the enemies.
Fair enough.
So here's our first divergence. FajitaKnight heading to Back Escape while Xirtanul checks out the South Shore.
Interesting for sure. And have magic is something you definitely want to take.
Yeah, I would say so. That's always useful to have.
I mean, the Cane of Brian can be really useful, but in the back of the scale we got a heart piece, a Triforce piece, and a blue mail.
Yeah, Fajita is going for the dark room. This is a brave call.
Alright, let's give him a chance. The question is which enemy will hold the key?
Yeah, it was just one of those swirly guys, whatever they call it. Oh, there's a Beamos in here as well. But they got the key, so they're making good progress to get to the chest right now.
It's gonna be huge.
Yeah, it looks like there was a line on there as well. There's a fire snake.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there's the lamp. Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, that was as hype as a cave can be almost. With the added Triforce pieces as well. FajitaKnight is gonna have to be really careful here now. There's a lot of enemies in here. Oh no, it takes a death. They're so close to making it to the chest as well.
Ah, yeah, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah, that's gonna be very annoying because you're gonna have one single chest in escape now, being like totally isolated from everything else.
I expect him to skip that chest in general. But Xirtanul probably is gonna check that chest now. And we can see what FajitaKnight probably had trouble with.
Mm-hmm. So here's the first room. The thief, double BMOs.
Oh my god, respect for doing the first one.
I think there was a Lionel in this upcoming room here, stuck on the island. Yeah, there he is.
Oh.
Luckily, he can't shoot too long because of the water, so that this last room, we saw a little bit of the glimpse of the enemies. It didn't look too pretty.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
no.
Yeah, that's gonna be unfortunate missing a Triforce piece for a moment. We'll see if they decide to go back or not. Even if they do, it's still a little bit of a time loss having to go there twice.
Alright, but if FajitaKnight will find the Moon Pearl and the mirror, maybe, it's gonna check at some point maybe the pyramid and has a chance to go back to that chest.
Yeah, for sure. And there's definitely a possibility that they can decide to just go and check that chest just because they know, or at this point when they get the lamp, they might be thinking, yeah, my opponent is definitely going to check that chest. I don't want to be missing out on something good.
Whoa, hello. Alright, can we have a Moon Pearl on the pyramid? Please?
I would be okay with that. I have not seen a Aga Tower in the dark, or not in the dark, but an Aga Tower in Randomizer in a long time.
Alright, FajitaKnight is going to check the Ice Rock Cave, which Xirtanul skipped.
Yeah, that's an interesting part. Oh, so much lag from all the thieves and the enemies here.
Yeah, oh my god. I think it's interesting that bombs stun those guys. The beetles, or what they call.
Hey, there's a Triforce piece, so
Alright.
Now coming back in unexpected fashion here.
So unless Xirtanul finds the flute or maybe the boots, he's probably not gonna check that Ice Rock Cave for long.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be. It's a pretty isolated place at this point to go to. That's an interesting part of like Randomizer, or not Randomizer, Triforce Hunt, because you can decide to skip more places than you normally would, but at the same time, if you skip too much, that can come back to haunt you. So we have the bow to go to the back.
We maybe don't need that.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that. Like, we have the bow, but there's probably, or there's not going to be any Igors for sure in the back here. So all of the rooms that requires you to kill all the enemies, they're never going to have any enemies locked by certain items in order to make sure you don't get any soft locks.
Alright, this vanilla big key chest room can be interesting.
Yeah. So the good news is you're not gonna have to damage boost your way.
Oh my
the
god, the Hinox! Oh wow!
That's a great pickup.
So we have complete Death Mountain in play.
Yeah. That's amazing. Xirtanul jumping down here to get some fairies before taking on the dark room, that seems like a good idea, because you have no idea what you're gonna face here.
So interestingly enough, some runners might decide to not go to the boss since you got so much things open and your goal is still getting 20 of the Triforce pieces. But I guess both were gonna do it since they're there and it's red.
Yeah. So the hint here in Eastern is telling our runners there's a Triforce piece in the Pyramid Fairy. And convenient enough, this just happens to be a red crystal as well. So they're gonna be... It's another reason for them to complete the boss here, I guess.
If they can, of course. I mean, let's see that Eastern Trinex right.
Yeah, that's very much true. Let's see what boss we have. Ooh, we don't have a hook shot, so that's not gonna happen. Yeah, Xirtanul was above. Yeah, they realized.
Well, everybody's talking about Trinex, and Argus just says, well, don't forget about me.
Yeah, right. So it looks like Xirtanul is making the trip up Death Mountain. Makes sense. We could possibly full clear desert as well. Depending if it's boots locked or not. But there's definitely more items up here on Death Mountain.
Yeah, for sure.
So going up to the Death Mountain, the dark rooms here are usually not too bad because the enemies usually do right this. You just get stuck in the wall instead. So what do we get as a reward for saving the old man? Some bombs.
Alright.
Doesn't seem very responsible.
At least he didn't use it in the cave.
Yeah, that's true. So FajitaKnight is about to find out the unfortunate news that they can't complete the dungeon here. Ooh,
oh,
there's
wow.
another Triforce piece.
I think Triforce Hunt might be the only mode where most of the people are not just blind jumping down for the item, since there's because the hints are not that valuable on one hand, at least in this mode.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But on the other, you know, we know that there's a Triforce piece at the Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah. Yeah, you have like 30 additional items that you kind of want to pick up, so it's a really nice bomb jump there for Xirtanul to just get right back.
Wow.
I missed a hint though.
Some errors are held by a friendly person. So it definitely was not the old man.
Yeah.
And wow, that skin. Look at that.
Yeah, the bunny sprite was pretty amazing. Oh, with the Master Sword and book, Xirtanul is now gonna check out the Ether Tower.
Alright, at least the seed is great, giving you a good path. Alright, what do you hope, which boss do we see here? I mean, Hera is one of the most fun places to have interesting bosses.
Yeah, I like, we want to see Vitreous here. Because you can kind of cheese that battle by just standing, like, not jumping down and just let the ice come to you at a safe spot. And just, like, be super safe for the first phase of the fight.
Alright, I think that's cool.
There's a lot of these shadow monsters so far. So what boss are you hoping for? Let's see here.
I think Helmosaur is still.
Yeah, Helmosaur is cool. Well, they do have the hammer at the very least, so they won't have to solely depend on bombs.
Well, they could have. They just got 10 bombs in here, right?
Yeah. But Xirtanul got both items, I believe. They are mirroring out.
It was a Traverse piece. And
oh yeah, right. So we're not gonna see the boss after all then. That's unfortunate.
Oh, ooh. The floating island has a rod. I think it was the fire rod, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it looks like the fire rod. We don't have the moon pearl yet, so we can't really get to it, but
I think we will see it here, let's be honest.
Yeah, it's fairly likely we're gonna see the fire rod up here. And Xirtanul is not gonna realize, wait, I'm a bunny.
Actually, this is not too bad. He checked the medallion, and if he gets the moon pearl and maybe the correct medallion, he could dip Turtle Rock in. Because we know where the fire rod is, if it was the fire rod, of course.
Yeah.
And we
interesting jumping down like this and skipping Spiral K though.
True. Oh wow! Gotta go fast.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great pickup.
So no hint needed for those.
There's halfway to the goal.
Did we miss a hookshot at some point?
I think so. They could combine that with Pod if they want to later, as soon as they have proper Dark World axles.
Well, watch that moon pearl be on that Argus, and this required double dip into this into.
Yeah, that could be the case. that would suck.
Xirtanul, interestingly enough, is going for the Super Bunny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you can't get them all, at least get what you can, I guess. Don't see this too often. But yeah, when you jump down in a hole, like Xirtanul just did, you get the Super Bunny glitch activated, which means you can use a few things. For example, the boots, as we see Xirtanul using. And you can also open chests, which is very convenient since there happens to be 2 chests in here. And FajitaKnight is checking the Spiral Cave here.
We'll probably think like, where were you, Boots, when I was inspired?
Yeah, right. Like getting 2 Triforce pieces with a bunny.
Oh, that was a pickup.
Yeah. FajitaKnight picking up powder.
Interesting,
And
but I guess
way-
certainly gonna check that soon.
Yeah, the way Xirtanul routed this makes them being able to dash through this a little bit more, a little bit harder to dash through when you have enemies like at the beginning of that.
FajitaKnight picking up his boots. So actually, this is a good pace. You're 26 minutes in. Xirtanul has 12 pieces.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see.
Can't at least complain.
Yeah, we know where 2 more are. In Xirtanul's case, he has one that they could grab from the Ice Road Cave, and we do know we have one at the ferry as well.
Is there another item in Eastern?
I'm pretty sure it is one left on Argus.
All right.
Also, for everyone watching, I'm on tracking, so if I miss anything, feel free to shout it out so I can fill in the gap. But hopefully that's not going to be needed.
So you're basically comment tracking, is that correct?
Something like that.
Oh, we're gonna see that powder, and I guess we're gonna pick up that shovel. Oh.
Yeah, that would make sense. It's a pretty nice spot to have the shovel, actually. Very close to where you're supposed to use it.
So a certain someone would ask us, do you wanna do a fetch quest?
Well, in Xirtanul's case, I'd say the answer is definitely yes, because they're doing one right now.
Oh, FajitaKnight, on the other hand, is going for desert.
Yeah, that seems like a very... Wow, there's a spike. Right, just laying in the grass. It's irresponsible.
What did Xirtanul get from the bat?
They got their first shield.
Oh, okay.
So not the maybe not the best item, but it's something at least.
So which locations do we have left? We have all the desert area, we have the shovel, and I guess we technically have Zor.
Ooh, and there's
And
some
Argus.
Pearl.
Yeah, in one of the spots you don't want to see it.
Yeah, that would have been amazing to have before going up to Dark Death, or to Death Mountain. But on the other hand, maybe they would not have been able to do anything in desert. This time around, they have the boots, so FajitaKnight would definitely be able to full clear this.
Yeah, you're completely right.
And that Beamos was just bullying Xirtanul. Strikes back again there. Nice. Double Lionel's the first thing you see when you go into desert.
That's always a thing you don't want to see.
Hey, more Lionels than a wow, stupid chain shop. That doesn't seem like the second dungeon you would normally complete in this game. Can you imagine if that was the case?
Oh my god. Oh wow. And a chain shop in here, man. This is really tough.
And some more rollers. Chain shops. This is a nightmare almost.
But at least desert paid off.
Yeah. You would not have gotten that if you went here without the boots, so that's good.
So did Xirtanul do the Super Bunny Cave? I don't think so. Sorry, FajitaKnight.
No, they did not.
So that's interesting because we're 12 to 11, but he's gonna have 2 more there. I think he's gonna go up there.
Yeah. Like when you have hookshot, it's a very nice, like it's a pretty fast trip over to East Death Mountain again. You have the safe spot up to the mountain as well. So we're probably gonna see that from both runs, I would imagine, especially FajitaKnight, who has like 2 additional items to share. And you also have the fire rod up there, so both runners probably want to grab that anyways.
I mean, we still got Hype Cave and Village of Outcasts and yeah, all those good.
Yeah, there's a lot of things open right now, and like we don't have too many things left to look for, but the last, like, this tends to be how Triforce plays out. You get a lot of Triforce pieces early, but then it can take a while before you get any more. They're unlucky, like a lot of the pieces could be locked by Ganastar, for example.
I think up until 10, right?
Something like that. I'm not sure if there's any restrictions on how many.
I thought there could be max 10, but I'm not certain.
Okay, yeah, that could be the case. So Fajita is definitely heading up here. Gonna get 2 Triforce pieces and the fire rod at the very least, and then 4 more chests, which we don't really know what they contain.
So, folks, we still have a close match.
Yeah, I would say so. It's really anyone's game at this point.
And remember, every one of them did skip a place where they had a possibility to get another Triforce.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if that comes out to play in a part. So Xirtanul is not heading up. It's going into the Dark World here around Hype Cave instead. This is not a nice place to have a roller.
This roll is actually off.
Yeah, and you don't want to take a death here as well, because that would count as an oral death.
How do you get that chest? Oh, I see how, okay. You have to use the hookshot for your advantage.
Yeah. So there was some good stuff here in Hookshot Cave. Both the red mail and the temper sword, that's definitely going to be helpful. Meanwhile, Xirtanul checked out Hype Cave. They got a Triforce piece from it. I don't think they got anything else.
Can we call the Hookshot Cave the Red Cave this time, since we got Temperate, Red Mail, and Fire?
I think that's fair.
Oh, and the Bombos tablet. What do we have here? Not too much, I guess.
Just a heart piece. I mean, getting hearts is definitely appreciated, but it's probably not what our runners is hoping to find at the moment. Hey, silvers, that's pretty useful since we have the bow already.
On the other hand, if you're on 15 Triforce piece, you would like to see another one there instead of the...
Yeah. Oh, the blue boomerang, I totally missed that in Hype Cave. And there's the red boomerang speaking. Yes, both with 15 Triforce pieces. This is gonna be very interesting to see how this plays out. At this point, you might just like try and think and head for the most item dense areas that you can think of, hoping to finish it as soon as possible. I can imagine this must be pretty nerve-wracking having. If you imagine like you have this many Triforce pieces already, you must think that your opponent probably has the same, right? So you know that.
Yeah, and what could play into FajitaKnight's hand is the fact that he got the fire rod already, and there might be one of those two locations in the back of Skywoods where we have the last Triforce piece we could.
Yeah, for sure. That was a nice hammer dash killing that thief from Xirtanul.
Alright, Smith, what do you give us for 10 rupees?
Hey, double the value.
Yeah.
Should have given him a Triforce piece instead.
I mean, most of the time I see there 20 rupees, but isn't that with every location? Let's be honest.
Yeah. 20 rupees and heart pieces is the most common thing you can find.
The both are now going into the Village of Outcast and probably into these.
So into Feast Town we go. FajitaKnight picking up that shovel before going over to see Stumpy so we can pair them both together.
So we didn't see a Triforce piece for some minutes now, which is interesting.
Yeah, it seems to have calmed down. I mean, they found half of all the Triforce pieces in the game, so there's definitely going to be less of them to find at this point. And the Dark World is a lot more spread out, but never mind, there's another Triforce piece actually.
So if this dungeon turns out to be a red crystal, would you go ahead and do Eastern for that one Triforce piece at the Fat Fair?
I guess it depends if they have the other 5-6 crystal, maybe.
And that's what I mean. If this one is one of the red crystals, or maybe Skull.
Okay, yeah. I think that would be.
I mean, it would be a long time to just get one definite heart piece.
Yeah. We see Xirtanul here checking the first 4 of Feast Town, but then deciding, yeah, going to the back, that's too time consuming, so we're gonna skip that for now. Getting another heart piece there though.
Alright. We're getting closer, folks. Oh, look at that. That big chest is horrible to check, but we get another Triforce piece, alright?
Yeah, Xirtanul is only 2 away now, and FajitaKnight is not close behind.
Well, to be fair, there's this one Triforce piece in D-Town and one in Skullwood, and Xirtanul didn't check both things at all. So I think this is gonna be the Palace of Darkness and Eastern.
That makes sense, yeah. You have one item left in Eastern, and you can full clear Palace of Darkness most likely. So that's a total of 6 items. You only need 2 of them to be Triforce pieces.
I wonder if pot is one of the 5-6 crystals. Because I think we didn't get a map check yet.
We did get it. I'm trying to confirm what the word though, because it was a really fast map check.
Yes, Bringer, we know where 2 Triforce pieces are, but we don't know where the second red crystal is for. Alright, this can be closed. Alright, as always in pot, the first 4 of the first 6 chests have to be keys. Could be more, but at least.
And there's another Triforce piece.
So technically we are in no mode, right?
Technically, or we're actually done. Because there's the last piece for Xirtanul, who finishes first.
GG, Xirtanul.
Yeah, Xirtanul has finished first with a official time of 42 minutes and 47 seconds. That's one heck of a time. So GG's to Xirtanul.
So interesting. I wonder what would have happened if FajitaKnight didn't go again to deathmatch. Oh, he had the other 2 Triforce pieces there, so that's definitely. But GG for both of our runners already, since they're putting a heck of a show.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Super Bunny, doing the Super Bunny...
that might be the point.
Yeah, that was probably the play of the seed. Because Xirtanul never had to go back up there after that.
And going into Skullwoods further in wasn't too attractive since he didn't have the fight. And I already see Xirtanul in the waiting. And welcome, Xirtanul. GG.
Good afternoon, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, GG's. That was a very fast seed.
That was indeed not what I had expected of it.
So what do you think and feel about it?
Basically, I feel that my routing was pretty much on point, but I also got extremely lucky that every single thing I did check inside dungeons happened to be Triforce. for example, I knew there was one on the Pyramid Ferry, and I think I had 18 after Skullwoods, and I was like, well, let's just hop into Pod. It has at least 5 items plus EP, and that's my 5-6.
Yeah.
So I happened to get 19 there, so my 20 should be there. And then really early into Pod, I got my 5.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very much a front-loaded seed in both items and Triforce pieces. So, I think that's my first question, actually. How much did you wish in the beginning when you checked Kakariko that the goal was like Ganon instead of Triforce pieces? Because you guys got so much good items early on.
I was actually hoping for it to be Ganon indeed, because I think we got Bow, Hammer, Cimmeria, I think even Mitts and everything, and then really shortly after we got everything for...
Yeah, it was like a ridiculous amount of items early on.
So we were talking a short time about what made the difference of you two, and we came fast to the answer that your Super Bunny Cave was maybe the... Because FajitaKnight didn't do that, and went up the mountain again, picked up the Fire Rod, and the complete hookshot cave, which turned out to be a not nice hookshot cave. Animizer-wise, there was this big roller, which cost a lot of time. We found there Bacon Sword, Red Mail, and the Fire Rod, but no Triforce pieces. So you had an advantage in that way.
Yeah, I knew the Fire Rod was there, but I think after I did my Death Mountain, I was on 12, and at that point I just decided to do the entire South Road. I was at 15 after, and I would just think, well, I probably don't even need that Fire Rod in order to get 20 Triforce. But I was really, really happy when I saw, well, 2 Triforce pieces on the Super Bunny Cave. I definitely did not expect.
Yeah, that was very nice value from that.
So you checked that Sirius chest, right?
Yeah, I did.
Interesting, because FajitaKnight didn't check that, or tried to check it without the lamp, but died in that actual room. And you didn't check Ice Rod Cave, which had a Triforce piece as well.
Okay, well, so basically we both, well, got 1 Triforce piece that the other person didn't.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. Otherwise, I think all of your Triforce pieces are the same. Looks like FajitaKnight is heading into Pod now, so their last 2 is probably going to be the same. Last 2 that you got as well.
Yeah, I wonder how he's going to route it, because I know a lot of people tend to go into the back half first, and I just like to do the front half, well, just in case of the big key happens.
Yeah, the front definitely paid off. I think it makes sense to go to the back. I wouldn't be surprised to see him do that, just because, like, there's more items there usually.
I mean, you got the perfect pod,
pieces
right?
in the back too.
Yeah. 4 out of the 6 first chests are still the small keys, and who could have thought that the other 2 chests are both Triforce pieces?
Well, obviously I knew, else I wouldn't go there, but no. That was just like, I really don't know what I expected. I was like, oh wait, a Triforce piece in the vanilla big key chest. And all of a sudden they opened the next chest and the game screen went blurry. I was like, oh wait, was that my last Triforce?
Hang on, I gotta do dot done.
Well, it looks like FajitaKnight checked the basement chest, but not the vanilla big key one, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. This is definitely a fast seed. I'm not sure like what the average of a Triforce seed is, but this definitely seemed faster.
I think our average Triforce piece run is about 50 minutes, but remember, we got Animizer in here, so this is something you have to be.
To be quite honest, I think this is my second Triforce hunt I've ever done. But I still really, really enjoy it, especially the Animizer with it, because like that Desert Palace with the Lionels and the Chain Charms, that was just really
Yeah, that was crazy. It was like Dark Death Mountain and Turtle Rock. Just decided to party in the desert instead.
I have one more question, Xirtanul. You read that hint in Eastern. You knew, all right, this is a 5/6 crystal. Awesome. I know there's one Triforce piece in the pyramid. And then you see Argus. What were your feelings?
Well, my feelings was, of course, it's a boss I can't kill. Because I think in my last race, I did everything in the dark, and it was a really tough room, apparently, in the end. And then I got, I think it was Trianax even, so I couldn't kill.
Yeah, it was trying.
We got so many items to kill a lot of different bosses, except for Argus, Trinex, and Cultser, I think. That's the only 3 bosses we could.
Ooh, FajitaKnight takes a death, but maybe that will put them on the right path to get that Triforce piece, actually.
Oh no. But do you really want to go there again? Or not again, but to that chest?
Yeah, looks like they're heading to the back again, but... Well, there's definitely the majority of items is in the back, so there's definitely a possibility to get some Triforce pieces here as well. It's easy for us to say because we know where a Triforce piece is, but in terms of Fajita's mind, they're looking for one piece, and it could just as likely just be here in the back instead.
This is the classic moment, right? You know there's probably one more item in the front, and you know when you're gonna check it, it's gonna be a big 20, right? And if you don't check it, it's a Triforce piece for it.
Something like that, yeah.
That basically sounds like every other rando seed I've played so far.
Pretty much, yeah.
For some reason, I always have the same effect with left side swamp. When I do check it, it's like map and compass. So when I don't check it, it has like ice rod, cane of Samaria, hook shot.
Alright, we found ether. This was the correct color, I guess, but not one.
Yeah. Well, it's got 2 shields in pod, so rocking that mirror shield. Now we're gonna check the vanilla big key chest.
Yeah, very good.
This is gonna be GG's for Fajita as well. Everyone, get your GG's in chat for Fajita and for Xirtanul as well. This was a very interesting and entertaining race for sure. We're joined by FajitaKnight. Welcome and GG's.
Yeah, good race, guys. Thanks a lot for the restream.
You're very much welcome. So what do you think about that seed?
Well, just talking with Xirtan, the SRL chat there, I really wish I'd done Super Bunny.
Yeah, Super Bunny. That turned out to be like the biggest difference, I think. Maybe not the only one, but definitely the biggest one. Because Xirtanul never had to go back there. Because you both went up without the Moon Pearl to Death Mountain, which seemed like the most logical play at that point, because there were so many items up there.
And I don't think we had boots yet, so I think Desert was potentially locked at that point. So
yeah, you could have gone to Desert, but then you would have had like a Triforce piece left there as well.
Yeah.
So you checked the Ice Rod Cave tonight, right?
Yes.
And unfortunately, that Sewer's chest had one Triforce piece.
Yeah, I figured it would. But yeah, that's where that Enemizer comes in, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure I can run that room in normal, but I have no idea what was in that room at the end. So
yeah,
props to you. The first dark room had 2 of the BMOs, I think. The second one with the water had that Lionel, and so you did a good job. Unfortunately, you died before that chest.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And wow, that collection rate—that's something I want to see for my next open. 89, 216. Wow.
Yeah, good routing. Really, really good race, Cert. Well done.
Yeah, like I said in the channel as well, I just got really lucky with my routing, and I just happened to stumble upon Triforce pieces left, right, and center.
But it could have gone the one or the other way. I mean, that fire rod could have made the difference, right? You were close to 20 Triforce pieces right there. Didn't work out this time, but I think going up the mountain again for all those things, it was 6 locations plus that fire rod. It's fair.
Yeah, I think if Hookshot Cave pays off, then I think I'm in a good spot. But it didn't, and that roller was the worst. So
Yeah, I just saw it on the restream, and that roller was in a let's say non-family friendly place.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing like how short this race was. You guys must have seen like half the race.
Yeah.
On the restream, because you would have been done like when we just have seen half of it.
I
I
think
think when I joined the restream, I was up on Death Mountain and just picked up my.
that's so early.
So, Farita, what do you think? You were in Eastern. I asked the same question to Xirtanul. You were in Eastern. You read the hint saying, all right, there's a Triforce piece in the pyramid. This is a 5/6 crystal dungeon. Let's go kill the boss. And then you see Argus.
Yeah, I actually I went into this because it was a Triforce hunt, not planning on checking my map at all because I honestly didn't really care what bosses were where and what crystals were where. And then I saw that hint and I actually did check the Light World map, and I mean, I figured at the end of the day we'd probably get to 20 before it was necessary to kill Argus. So I didn't really care too much. Just kind of get out of there and go do something different. But yeah, could that hint be just the Pyramid Fairy, or is that possible to be the waterfall up and around Zora as well?
I don't remember exactly how it was phrased.
So if it is only Pyramid Fairy, it says the big red bomb. Okay. And if it says it's with a fairy, it could be both.
Right, okay.
But do you guys know how many Triforce pieces can be max in GT? I think it was 10.
I think it used to be 10 before when all the different difficulties had different goals, but I'm not sure now, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I'm really glad we didn't have to go to GT.
Yes, because I literally did not finish any dungeon. It's actually weird because I think my first race was an all dungeon seed, and now I literally didn't complete any dungeon.
Well, Walther and I ran an all dungeons key sanity last night, which was 2.5 hours, or you finished in 2:10. I think I forfeited about 2:20. And then today it's 42 minutes and 53 minutes, so
yeah,
quite different.
Yeah, it's interesting with all the different modes, all the
but that's the interesting thing, right? You get so many different modes, and everybody has a strength and weaknesses, and you sometimes have to prepare for key sanity things, which take just longer, and sometimes you got this Triforce stuff where you just basically get punished more for I wouldn't say bad play, but in Enemizer, you can easily die and lose time, and in a 42 minutes or 53 minutes run, 1 minute can be a whole difference maker.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
True.
Yeah.
And I do have to say, I mean, I really love this tournament because it's not just open mode or standard mode. It's like something else every single race, and that is really something.
Yeah, and that feels kind of the spirit of the rando as well. I think that's why most people started playing rando. They wanted things to be different, and now we get a lot of different things.
It's yeah, it's I mean from like a scheduling, like kind of working on the admin side, it's really cool seeing some of the races that people are choosing. I mean, I threw it out there in Discord last night. I think the least common, based on the stats that we threw up with the schedule, an inverted swordless Triforce easy Enemizer race would be like the least common, and I honestly I would never even consider running that outside of this tournament because I don't think anyone would. But that would be it would be a pretty fun race because inverted and swordless I haven't run those together either. So
I'm actually just looking forward to the expert seeds if people are ever going to play them. I think that will be a whole lot.
So you three, or you two and Walter are in one group, if I'm correct, right? I'm feeling a little bit off the place, actually, but I'm gonna ask you guys: do you have any further matches scheduled?
So far, none for me, but I'm trying to do at least 2 to 3 this week because next week I'll have a little bit less time. But at this point, it's yeah, I think we need to average 2 races a week, right, for to make it in time.
Yeah, close to 2, I think. 6 weeks for 10 matches.
and then this was my third race. I raced Sir Link last week, and then obviously today and Walter last night. So I don't have the other 7 planned at this point, but basically just we got lots of time, so just kind of get a few in early, so we don't have to do 5 in that last week.
Yeah, I think I have one on Sunday, but we haven't really decided time or mode yet.
Nice.
Yeah, and I still need to have my rematch grudge match against Walter. So
yeah, it's gonna be the friendliest of grudge matches.
Yeah, just toss in a ton of Lionels and we'll chain chomps and we'll both be happy.
Yeah. Standard Enemizer is not allowed, right?
This feels wrong.
What's that, sorry?
I was asking, standard Enemizer is not allowed, right?
I actually have no idea.
I think it is, but there was some explanation to that that there can be some weird.
Yeah, it will not let you randomize enemies, but it will let you randomize bosses.
Oh, yeah, right.
That's interesting.
So if you pick standard Enemizer, it will work, but just all the enemies will be vanilla, and then all the bosses will be shuffled.
That is actually quite fun as well.
Yeah, this sounds pretty funny.
Semi-Enemizer.
You're just running around the game like, wait, I just cleared EP. Let's head for, I don't know, Armos with my bow. I can kill it. And all of a sudden, a wild Trinek.
Or an Argus,
does
right?
it still have palette swap?
Oh, yeah. That's one thing that, as admin, we made sure that all the Enemizer seeds would make sure we had palette swap. So,
okay.
Because that's, we were joking about it. That to us is the main feature of Enemizer.
Yeah. So. A little bit sad they took away the random sprite on hit, actually. That was a pretty fun part of the Enemizer before as well.
It was fun watching people run that, and all of a sudden they'd be a tile or they'd be missing no or whatever. But it was it was a good part.
Okay, so you guys have any closing thoughts? I think we're about to wrap this up.
Just want to thank you guys again for putting on the restream. Thanks Random Mania for supporting the tournament. And just again, really good race, Xirtanul. Good game.